Today we will learn cell cycle in detail. The division of cell into its daughter cell is a highly complicated process and it involves many metabolic activities. Therefore, each cell prepares itself before entering into the cell division phase, and after division it again prepares for the next division. Here we took one example. A single cell will go for the series of events and divide into the two daughter cells. Now these two daughter cells again enter to the cell cycle and gives the two daughter cells from this one cell. So from here to here you can consider as a one cell cycle, and these two again go for the cell cycle which is different one. The cycle goes on till the cell stop dividing itself. This cycle or the period from the start of one division to the start of next division is called as cell cycle. In your book on the page number 12, the definition was given in the box. The cell cycle is a series of events that take place in the cell leading to the duplication of its DNA and the subsequent division of a cell to produce two daughter cells. This cell cycle can be divided into the two distinct phases, which are interphase and mitotic phase, or you can say cell division phase. Interphase is the longest phase of a cell cycle. This interphase can further divide on the basis of their synthetic activities, that is G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. That we will discuss in detail afterward. But this cell division will goes for the two phase, that is karyokinesis. Karyon means nucleus. So division of nucleus is called as karyokinosis. After nuclear division, the constrict will happen and the cytoplasm divides. So that is called as cytokinesis. First we will see interphase in detail. Interphase is a series of changes that takes place in a newly formed cell and its nucleus before it becomes capable for the next division. It is also called as preparatory phase, growth phase and non-dividing phase, because here there will be no division. They are just preparing the cell for the next division. As earlier I told you, this is the longest phase of a cell cycle. Here it takes almost 90 to 91% of the total time required for the cell cycle. And how much time for the cell cycle? A typical cell cycle takes from 20 to 24 hours. Since there is no change in the chromosome that is visible externally during this interphase, so earlier it was mentioned like it is a resting phase, but actually it is not the resting phase. In real sense, in this phase, cell is very active for different kind of preparation. like maximum growth of cell, production of RNA, protein, synthesis of new DNA, and many more that we will learn in phases of the interphase. So first we will see interphase. Interphase is divided on the basis of the synthetic activity, that is G1 phase, G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Here timings were mentioned. G1 phase almost takes place during 8 to 10 hours. S phase almost go for the 6 to 8 hours, and G2 phase that took 4 to 6 hours. So from that you can understand the shortest phase is G2 and the longest phase is G1. We'll go for the first phase, that is growth phase or the gap 1 phase, or it is also called as post mitotic phase. So it is the first phase within the interphase from the end of a previous M phase until the beginning of the DNA synthesis. That's why, because of this reason, this is called as G1, indicating first gap. As I told you, it is also called as growth phase because during this phase many biosynthetic activity occurs in the cell, like synthesis of RNA and protein. The young cell grow in the size. The volume of cytoplasm will be increases. New protein and organelles are produced. How? As you know, we have many organelles which have their own DNA, like mitochondria, chloroplast. So they can divide by their own self using their own DNA. Now understand one thing. By coming in G1 phase, all the cell must follow one of two paths. They have two choices mainly. First one, either they can continue the cell cycle and enter to the next phase, that is S phase, or they can withdraw from the cell cycle. It means they can stop the cell cycle and after that they can enter to the G0 phase. G0 phase, it is almost using for the cell differentiation. The third also is there. Either they can stop or become arrested in the G1 phase only. So it may enter to the G0 phase or they may re-enter in the cell cycle. So they have to choose, either they want to continue it or either they want to stop it and go for the G0 phase. So this particular phase of a deciding phase, which is called as checkpoint. Now obviously you should have some doubt what is G0 phase. I'll tell you some of the important highlights for that. It is a kind of a proper resting phase where the cell has left the cell cycle, they were stopped dividing and the cell cycle start with this phase. Here the non-dividing cells in the eukaryotes, they may remain quiescent for a long period of time, possibly for the indefinitely. This is very common for the cell that are fully differentiated. They were already differentiated, so they don't want to go in next cell cycle. So obviously they will always in the G0 phase. So all about the G1 phase. Suppose this cell cycle has decided to move towards the next phase, that is S phase. We will also go for that. S phase is also called as synthetic phase, in which the main thing will happen, that is replication of DNA. Replica, you know this word as in English. So our cell is making a replica of their own DNA to give into the daughter cell. In this phase, DNA molecule of each chromosome replicated by the synthesis of a new DNA molecule on the template of existing ones. Suppose a cell have 2n DNA. For example, in our body, we have 23 pairs of DNA. 23 pairs. It means 46 DNA. So this means 2n. But when the cell cycle goes for the S phase, this 2n will be replicated. So now you can say that the condition is 4n. However, there is no increase in the chromosome numbers because it's totally a replica which will be goes to the next progeny. Next is called as G2 phase. It is also called as pre-mitotic phase or the gap 2 phase or the second growth period. G2 phase is characterized by increase in the nuclear volume and the active metabolism. This is a shorter phase in which RNA and the protein necessary for the cell division will be continue to be synthesized. Why continue to be synthesized? Because they have already started in G1 phase. Now here they will be continue to be synthesized, and whatever amount our cell wants, they will reach up to that. During this phase, the bulk of RNA, protein and other substance required for the mitotic phase are synthesized, as I told you. And before this figure, you know that this phase lasts for the 4 to 5 hours only. That's why it is called as shorted phase. After the dividing phase gets completed, the newly formed daughter cells enter into the interphase again, and in the way of the cell cycle will be goes on. So this is all about 3 phases of interphase. Here I didn't discuss the M phase, or you can say cell division, because it's a long topic that we will discuss in the next video. Now go for the page number 12 in your book. Formation of a new DNA. This somewhat we have already discussed in the S phase. That in S phase the DNA is synthesized, or rather we can use the biological word that DNA is replicated. So what is this replication or the formation of DNA? For the replication, the DNA double helix will be open at one end. It is not like that. Full DNA will be open first, and after that they will make a replica of this. It is not like that. They will open only at one end. Here you can see. After opening or unwinding of the DNA, they are starting to make another strand, which is you can say as a daughter strand. Here you can see the daughter strand is forming. Here also the daughter cell strand is there. So end of it you can see like this. If I have parent DNA double helix, here for your information only, one helix is shown as in blue color and one is as a red color. So when this DNA was unwound at one place like this, then the new new strand will be synthesized here, and end of the replication what I'll get, a new 2 synthesized strand of a DNA, which will be goes into the 2 different cells, daughter cells. Now we will move to the next topic on the page number 12, 2.6.3. Can the cell cycle will be goes on endlessly? Do you think it is possible? No. At some places it will be stopped permanently. At some places it will be temporarily end. At other, till it needed, it will be goes on. So there are 3 cases for it. Either it stops permanently, either it will go for temporarily, or it will be goes up to what we needed it. Some examples were given here. Brain cells and other nerve cells, once they are formed in the embryo, they will never divide. If something was happen and if it become dead, then it will never replaced. So here the first case for there, here the cell cycle is permanently stopped. Next example given for the liver cell. Liver cells may divide only once every 1 to 2 years to replace the damaged or the destroyed cell. So temporarily it stops, but when we need, it will be goes on. Third, in the skin cells, the surface of skin cells are continuously lost because of the wear and tear always happen, and it was continuously replaced by the underlying cell of the skin cells. This we have already learned in your 9th standard. Next, in plant, you have already learned the meristematic cells. What is it? A continuously dividing cell. So the meristematic cells, they divide very rapidly and produces new leaves or birds or flower or etc. which a plant want. Next is germinal cells. Germinal cells means sex cells. Which are the sex cells in the human being? That is sperms and ovule. So they specialize germinal cells in the ovary or in the testes in animal or in a human being like us. The other type of cell division is goes on, which is called as meiosis. Meiosis we will study after the cell division or after the mitosis. Before this I told you, in last video I have already explained you superficially that what is meiosis. It's a reductional division, especially happens in the germinal cells, in which the diploid mother cells will be divided into the 4 haploid cells. If the cell cycle is controlled, then if the cell cycle is not controlled, then it is not in our hand. But sometimes it happens like that our cell is going for continuous divisions. So if this kind of condition will happen, this can lead to the tumor. Tumor can be of two types, as you know that. It may be the cancerous tumor or it may be the normal tumor. So this kind of tumor can be happen because the cell cycle is not in the control manner. This is all about for this topic of cell cycle. Please watch the second video for the cell division, which include mitosis and its four phase: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase.